There are so many ways to save face, so we shall discuss only the important ones. The most common and effective is revenge. Revenge is a hostile reaction to the pain of a hurt pride. Revenge may also be a way for the person to avenge oneself. The person believes that by hurting the offender, one's own pride will be restored. This belief is based on the feeling that the offender has, by his power to hurt our pride, put himself above us and has defeated us. By our taking revenge and hurting him more than he hurt us, the situation will be reversed. The aim of neurotic pride is not to get even, but triumphing by hitting back harder so as to crush the enemy. Nothing short of victory can restore the imaginary grandeur in which the pride is invested. The power to retaliate is so important in restoring pride. In some types, the ability to retaliate is equal to strength and is often the only strength they know. The inability to hit back is a weakness. Thus, when a person is humiliated and there is no possibility to hit back, they suffer a double injury: the original humiliation and the defeat of being unable to hit back. If you're unlucky to be the offender, you must know that the greater the pride, the greater the revenge. It is not about how much you offend the neurotic, so be careful as to handle people. Try not to humiliate people. It is bad, but also humiliation normally promises you a revenge from the hurt neurotic. Another way to restore pride is by losing interest in all situations or people who have hurt this pride. Many people lose interest in sports, politics, intellectual pursuits because their impatient need to succeed or be perfect is not satisfied. They don't understand what happened. They feel like they merely lost interest, and they may instead turn to an activity below their potential. A gifted person may start painting with enthusiasm. Teachers and friends find him promising and encourage him. But with all these gifts, he is not Leonardo da Vinci overnight. He realizes that he is not the only gifted one in his class and is naturally awkward in his initial efforts. All of this hurt his pride, and he may suddenly realize that he was never really interested in painting. He loses his morale, skips classes, and soon gives up. He starts something else only to repeat the same cycle. Sometimes a person sticks with the activity but does not do it with the same vigor as to become successful. The same thing can happen in relationships. We can stop liking someone for good reasons, but it is worth examining why our liking turns into indifference, instead of just saying that it was lack of time or deciding that it was an error in the first place. Maybe something in the relationship hurt our pride. Maybe the person may be showing less love than before, or we are comparing ourselves to that person, or we realize that we failed the person and we are ashamed. All of such factors may make one feel that they just don't love the other person anymore. All of these withdrawals involve a waste of energy and often much misery, but more injury is to ourselves as we lose interest in our real self because we are not proud of it. Denial. We may have said or done something that was too silly, inconsiderate, or too apologetic, or too arrogant, and we may forget about it, or deny we said it, or say we meant something totally different. The person will distort events and interpret them in their own favor in order to whitewash themselves and save their pride. Some people use excuses and believe in them. Someone does something bad and says it was because he was provoked or he had not slept for 3 nights. He has hurt somebody's feelings, was indiscreet or inconsiderate, but thinks his intentions were good. He has failed a friend who needs him, but it was because he lacked time. All of these excuses may be partly or wholly true, but in the person's mind, they don't serve as mitigating circumstances for a failing, but erase it altogether. Others feel that if they feel that they are sorry, then it sets everything all right. The common theme here is that the person refuses responsibility for themselves and wants to avoid owning up to shortcomings.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. And also check out my other videos. Have a good day.